Earth was marked on no modern star chart. To the galactic concordance, it existed only as a myth, an old anomaly buried beneath layers of corrupted archives and deliberate erasure. A quiet footnote in forbidden databases labeled simply, "Isolated world, contact prohibited." For millennia, no ship had entered its system, no probe had returned data, no ambassador had spoken its name aloud without lowering their voice. And yet, Earth still turned. Long before the concordance existed, before the first expansion wars or the rise of starbound empires, humanity had already reached the stars. That fact alone would have shaken the galaxy if anyone remembered it, but memory had been carefully edited, and history rewritten by those who feared what humans had discovered. The isolation was not an accident. It was a prison, and a promise. When the signal arrived, it was faint and old, hidden inside cosmic background radiation like a whisper buried beneath thunder. It was not a call for help, nor a greeting. It was a checksum, a verification code used only in the earliest days of interstellar communication. Ancient, human. The signal reached the listening arrays of the Kethri collective first. Their archivists froze as their systems flagged the impossible. The checksum matched a civilization officially declared extinct over 40,000 years ago. Earth, one of them whispered, tasting the word like poison. Emergency councils were summoned. Species that had never shared a chamber before gathered in orbital halls carved from neutron stone and light. The oldest races sat in silence, their long memories stirring with unease. Because they remembered Earth. They remembered why it had been isolated. Millennia ago, humanity had been curious in ways the galaxy was not prepared for. Where other species sought energy, territory, or dominion, humans sought understanding. They questioned the fabric of reality itself, time, causality, entropy. They listened to the universe not as a resource, but as a language. And eventually, they heard something listening back. It was not a god, not an alien intelligence in any traditional sense. It was a structure underlying existence itself, a deep framework the humans later named the continuum lattice. It governed the balance between realities, preventing collapse where universes brushed too closely together. The ancient species of the galaxy had sensed it but never touched it. They believed it sacred, untouchable. Humanity, however, studied it and learned how to repair it. That was the secret Earth hid. The lattice was failing. Long before the current age, microfractures had begun forming between realities. Entire civilizations had vanished without explanation, not destroyed but erased, sliding into unrecoverable states of non-existence. The galaxy blamed wars, supernovae, divine punishment. Humans found the truth. Reality itself was breaking down. Using early, dangerous experiments, humanity stabilized several fractures, but every repair came at a cost. The energy requirements were catastrophic. The risks were existential. One mistake could have unraveled entire sectors of spacetime. The oldest galactic species panicked. They saw humanity not as saviors, but as meddlers, children playing with the foundations of creation. When humans proposed a cooperative effort to maintain the lattice, the response was fear. So they did what frightened civilizations always do. They isolated the threat. Earth was quarantined behind layered interdiction fields disguised as natural stellar phenomena. Navigation data was altered. Records were erased. Humanity was declared lost, destroyed by its own hubris. But before the isolation was complete, humanity made a choice. If the galaxy would not help protect reality, Earth would do it alone. They dismantled their interstellar presence, withdrew their fleets, and turned inward. Generations passed. Technology advanced quietly, invisibly. The lattice repair systems were moved deep beneath Earth's crust, then beyond it anchored to the planet's gravity well, disguised as natural anomalies. Humanity became the unseen custodians of existence. And they waited. Now, the lattice was failing faster than ever. Across the galaxy, stars flickered out without reason. Hyperlanes twisted unpredictably. Entire fleets vanished mid-jump. The signs were undeniable, even to those who had denied the truth for ages. The ancient races knew what that meant. They knew what they had done. The debate was short and bitter. Pride fought desperation, but desperation won. A single expedition was authorized, stripped of weapons and politics, tasked with finding the forbidden system. Earth. The journey took decades. Many believed the myths exaggerated, that Earth would be a dead world, a ruin orbiting a silent star. Instead, they emerged into a system humming with quiet power. Satellites older than their civilizations watched them calmly. The moon glowed faintly with structures woven into its surface. Not cities but instruments. Earth itself radiated stability, its gravity unusually smooth, its spacetime signature reinforced. They were detected instantly. A human vessel met them halfway, its design elegant and restrained. No weapons were visible, yet every sensor screamed that it could rewrite physics if it chose. A calm human voice filled the chamber. "You are late," it said, "but you are welcome." On Earth, the delegation learned the truth in full. They were shown simulations of the lattice fractures spreading like cracks in glass. They were shown records of extinct species lost not to war, but to neglect. They were shown the cost humanity had paid, entire cities sacrificed to stabilize distant sectors, generations devoted to silent guardianship instead of expansion. "Why didn't you force us to listen?" one delegate asked, voice breaking. The human representative did not look angry, only tired. "We tried," she said. "You chose comfort over responsibility, so we chose duty over recognition." The lattice could still be saved, but not by humanity alone anymore. The fractures had grown too many, too large. The galaxy would have to take part, accept the truth, and share the burden. There would be no empire to rule afterward, no reward, only survival. The ancient races bowed not as a gesture of submission, but of acknowledgement. Earth was removed from isolation. Star charts were corrected. History was rewritten again, this time with honesty. Humanity did not emerge as conquerors. They emerged as what they had always been. The ones who stayed behind when everyone else looked away. The quiet engineers of reality. And as the galaxy finally joined them in guarding existence itself, one truth echoed across every world, old and new. Earth was never hidden to protect humanity from the galaxy. It was hidden to protect the galaxy from the responsibility humanity had already accepted.